Hi guys, it's Ariana. Welcome back to my channel. So for tonight's video, we're going to be reading some more of your guys' spooky stories. So I have a bunch saved on here. I literally have like a huge list of all of my Reddit stories that like I got permission from authors from like a year ago and I have not read yet. So we're gonna jump into some of your guys' scary stories. I have a candle burning to set the mood. This is the Star by the Shy Wolf. If you guys have ever heard of the Shy Wolf, they make really, really nice candles. This is an 8-ounce soy candle and it is the scent cocoa butter and cinnamon. It smells so good. It almost smells like a cup of coffee. It's just very warm and very fall-like, and I enjoy it. So I'm gonna jump into these spooky stories. So I'm going to be reading some no sleep stories in the next couple of videos, but these ones are all your guys' true scary stories. So let's jump into them. This is from the Backwoods Creepy section. It is from the Reddit author Rainbow_Chaser86, and it's titled Spooky Random Events in the RV Park. Hey everyone, I hope this post is appropriate for the subreddit. Last summer, I quit my job as a professor. We rented out our home and we used that income to move into the woods of Southern Oregon in our fifth wheel. My husband has a good job and I freelance. And one of the ways I contribute to the household is working as a camp host 3 days a week in the RV park that we live in exchange for free rent and utilities. I usually just make reservations, but it means I get to spend some time outside talking to others. There have been a few spooky events that happen that I wanted to share. I don't see too many RV park stories here, so I was hoping others would have other stories to share along with mine. Number 1, mysterious flutes playing. Our park is in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the woods. A small hill towers over us on one side, covered with trees, and a river is on the other side. At least 3 times a week, we hear what sounds like a flute or a recorder playing for an hour or so at a time. Sometimes it comes from the deep woods, sometimes from the river, and I brought it up to residents who have been here since 2004. She strongly advised that I ignore it and not mention it. There's also a scraping sound at night. I posted this on another subreddit and it was removed because the mods believed it to be fiction, but it's not. About once a week, I hear a scraping sound dragging along the ground through the park towards the deep woods. My husband has heard it, but no one else. Interestingly enough, the park ring alerts me that someone is standing in front of the office when I hear the sound, but the camera doesn't pick anyone up. Because I hate the ringing going off when the cars drive by, I have it set to where someone needs to be standing on the office porch to even generate an alert. We regularly get calls after dark asking us for space for the night at last minute. I take their credit card over the phone and use a map to direct them to the space without leaving my trailer. The park owner explained that she didn't want me having to help any late arrivals after dark. In fact, she makes it a strict rule that we're not allowed to answer the phone at all between midnight and 6 a.m. Discussing this rule with Pat, she said something about how careful camp hosts need to be about who they invite into the campground. I'm in charge of selecting long-term residents if we have open spaces. I review criteria such as applicants, job size, and age of their rig, etc. While children are welcome to visit the park for short stays, no one with kids is allowed to move in on a monthly or yearly basis. Debbie hasn't given me any real reason for this. The park was built by a wood carver. There are massive and strange-looking totems and sculptures, carved doors all over the property. This all being said, our park is a slice of heaven. I love taking my dogs out to swim in the river, watching wild mushrooms grow, listening to the sound of the rain with a tin roof above us. Also, I feel very safe here. I'm becoming more open to the idea that the woods can just be weird in some ways that I don't always get. I'd love to know your thoughts about any of these blurbs or hear your own RV park stories. So, the flute playing by the river or the deep woods sounds very much like the Fae, and like they said in the post, ignore them, don't go near them, do not get sucked into ethereal realm. Oh my God, that is terrifying. The fact that you feel so calm and like the park is a slice of heaven is a red flag. That is just bad vibes all around. That is terrifying. So the person dragging the shovel, it sounded like, through the ground at night is also terrifying. Like, I don't know what that park is built on, but that is terrifying. Also the carving and the totems, it could have been that whoever built that park, whoever set up those totems, whoever built those carvings, did some sort of ritual. I don't know, but it really sounds like the Fae are definitely messing with you guys there, and that is terrifying. And the fact that they don't allow children to stay there long term just makes me even think that's the Fae even more. That is freaking terrifying. Holy crap. The next story that I'm going to read is from the Backwoods Creepy section again, and it's titled, I Saw the Creature That Lurks in the Desert at Night. Hello, to start the story, I want to say I have not seen anything like this in my life. At the time, I was 15 years old, pet sitting a friend of mine's dogs. Well, they were out of town in Benson, Arizona, and that's where this took place. This property had a lot of acres, and it took about 15 minutes to get to their house right in the middle of probably about 75 acres. At the time of this story, it was about 10 p.m., and my friend had 8 dogs, and they usually stayed outside for the most part because they were big watchdogs who seemed to have been able to defend themselves in the past. Before everything happened, I was in their home making food when I heard their biggest dog start squealing. Very scared and in pain, but loud enough for me to hear it, and I knew the sounds were unusual that this dog was making. I shot up and I ran outside to see what was going on. I thought maybe the dog might have hurt himself or something similar, but this was not the case, and I ended up seeing maybe a 6-foot tall, pale, very skinny looking creature hunched over this dog, sucking on its head. I was very stunned, almost too stunned to even speak, but I managed to shake that feeling off. I started yelling at this thing, and the dog started yelping loud, and I'm telling the creature to get out of here and trying to scare it, and I was running over to the dogs as fast as I possibly could because I've heard of these things before. And I know they would likely eat the dog if I didn't do something. But I stop about 10 feet in front of it to see the creature jump up and run away as fast as it could. I couldn't help but keep looking over my shoulder the rest of the time I was out there. I also didn't let those dogs out at night, and I didn't care to go out there either. When my friends came back, I told everyone what happened and what I saw. It felt like everyone was just as frightened as I was and made me even more unsettled. I ended up leaving that desert and did not look back. I still don't know what to make about it to this day, except I know it was very, very unusual. That is fucking terrifying. The fact that you saw like 7-foot white creature sucking on this dog's head, that is just bizarre. Like everything about that story is just fucking weird. I'm glad that the dog is okay. You didn't really mention that the dog got hurt or anything, so I'm assuming the dog is okay and the other dogs are fine and you didn't continue to let them out at night, which is good on you, but like, what the fuck was that? That's terrifying. Like a humanoid creature sucking on a dog's head? What? I have no idea. The next story that I'm gonna read is from the scary story section, and it's from the Reddit author Roxy19, and it's titled, What Is It? I don't really know where to post this, but I need help. Every few weeks for the past 3 months, something has been trying to get into my house through my window. It started when I was 10. We had moved into a new house, and on the second week of us living there, I woke up to something tapping and scratching on my window. I had a decently big window that was rounded at the top. It was around 3 or 4 in the morning when it started. The sound started with tapping, then gradually became bangs. I hid under my blanket until it stopped, then I ran to my parents' room and woke up my dad. He did a full check of the house, and there was no one to be found. We chalked it up to a bird or something like that, but about 4 weeks later, it happened again. But this time, it sounded like someone was actually trying to get in my window. This didn't happen again until I moved into this house that I live in now. On New Year's, I was down the street at a friend's house when I got a call from my mom. Apparently, someone had been knocking on my sister's window. We both live on the second floor, and on her side, there is no roof. I got home shortly after having some fun with my friends and went straight to my room. Me and my friend were sitting in my room waiting for the countdown when there was a knock at my window. We both got spooked, but decided to just ignore it. Now this week, on Tuesday, February 6th, I woke up to someone trying to open the screen of my window. I sleep with my window open due to the heat of the room, so it's not hard to get in. I yelled at whatever it was, not wanting to look at it when the noises stopped. I looked at the window, and my screen was about 4 inches open. I closed the window and I sat there for a second until I heard my brother yelling. Apparently, the thing had gone to my aunt's window, who also lived on the second floor, and tried to get in. When it realized it was locked, it went to the front door. We aren't sure if it got in or not, but the door had been slammed, and that's what woke up my brother. We have a motion sensor high in our driveway that somehow didn't get set off. Usually the smallest things like a bug will even set it off, and I'm genuinely scared and I don't feel safe in my own home. If this has happened to anyone else, please let me know and tell me what I can do to make it stop. Holy shit, something trying to actually like get in and you live on the second floor, like what the fuck could that be? That is beyond creepy. Like, I don't necessarily know if that's paranormal or if that's just a weirdo, but like that's terrifying. Like, what the fuck? I hate that so much, oh my God. The last story that I'm going to read is from the True Scary Story section. It is from the Reddit author _unknown. Oh my God, I cannot talk today. And it's titled Haunted Mirror. Okay, this story takes place when I was about 10. Before you ask, yes, you can post this on your YouTube if you want. And I was living in an apartment building in downtown Reno. It was a small apartment with only a living room connected to a small kitchen, with a separate bathroom. I've had a few experiences in this building before, and so have my family. This one kind of stuck with me. I was alone in the house one day because my family went to dinner. They didn't take me because I was causing trouble earlier that day, and I went into the kitchen to get a snack, and I noticed that the bathroom door was open, which was odd because we usually kept it closed. And I went to investigate. After a minute or so, I determined that one of my siblings must have left it open before they left, and I went back to my business. About 15 minutes later, I had to go to the bathroom, and I went through the kitchen to get there. I looked in the kitchen mirror, and I sort of nodded at myself. Back then, I was very obsessed with my appearance. Anyway, and after I finished in the bathroom, I went to do the same thing in the bathroom mirror, and I was shocked to see my reflection was different. And I don't mean making a different face, I mean acting completely different. Didn't move like me, smile like me, or anything like that. I was honestly terrified. When I decided to just leave the bathroom, I saw that my reflection had finally smiled. However, it was not my smile. If you can imagine Joker from DC combined with Huggy Wuggy, that's kind of what it looked like. Judge me all you want, but I never looked in that mirror again. A few months later, the mirror broke of its own accord and had to be removed. Nothing similar has ever happened since. Okay, that's fucking terrifying. What the fuck? Like, I hate anything to do with mirrors. That's just really not okay. That's really fucking unsettling. If my reflection didn't match me and then smiled at me really creepily, I think I would move. So I'm actually gonna read one more story because that one wasn't actually too long, and this one again isn't that long. So this one is from the paranormal section, and it's from the Reddit author Hoopy-Stickypants916. Very interesting Reddit name. And it's titled, I almost died on my 21st birthday. On my 21st birthday, I was one of the last of my group of friends to turn 21. We started out at a Hard Rock cafe and had shots, mixed drinks, and beers. We then went to another bar and another. Most of the night, I don't even think I bought one drink, just friends passing me shots, mixed drinks, and beers. This was the most drunk I've ever been. I don't remember how I got home, but I remember laying in bed and the room spinning until I fell asleep. Then I remember feeling like I couldn't breathe and I couldn't move. I was sleeping on my back, and in my dream, I could hear a voice telling me to wake up. The voice sounded far away and got louder and closer. When the voice got close enough, I noticed it was my mom's voice who started calling out my name, telling me I needed to wake up. Finally, I woke up and I still couldn't breathe. I tried to breathe, but I still couldn't. I sat up, leaned forward, and I threw up all over myself. My whole throat was filled and I couldn't cough it out, and it just poured straight out. If it wasn't for my mom entering my dream, I think I would have died. My mom was living in a different city and not with me at all when this happened. That is terrifying. I'm very happy you were okay and you managed to not drown by your own vomit, because that's fucking terrifying. But holy crap, your mom entering your dream is just another level of like spooky. Holy shit, I'm super happy you're okay though. Like, that is a very, very crazy dream and very crazy situation to be in. So this is where I'm going to end the video. If you guys are interested in this makeup look that I did tonight, it will be up on my TikTok and also on my short section, so you guys can follow me on either of those platforms. You're obviously already following me here, but you can go to my short section and watch it there, or you can go to my TikTok and watch all of my spooky stories there. I usually do spooky stories while I do my makeup, and it's usually just like lip syncing to creepy stories that other people already have on the platform, because it's easy to just click the sound. But if you're interested in any of those stories and makeup looks, definitely go check out those platforms. If you guys made it to the end of the video, leave me a jack-o'-lantern emoji in my comment section down below to go with this spooky kind of sparkly orange, burnt orange makeup look. I don't know. I was feeling spooky today. So leave me a jack-o'-lantern in my comment section down below, or a pumpkin, whatever you guys want to call it. It really helps me on YouTube if you guys leave a comment, if you guys engage with my video, if you guys like, comment, subscribe, anything to do with my video. It really, really helps. Besides, don't thumbs down it. Don't do that. Anything that helps with engagement really does help me. It helps YouTube know that you guys are actually interested in my channel and will try to promote me a little bit more. I don't know why YouTube isn't promoting me anymore, and all of you guys are complaining that you guys aren't even getting notified about my videos anymore. So I don't know why YouTube hates me. It kind of sucks. So if you guys can share, like, comment, anything on my videos to boost the engagement, that would help me so much. Also, if you can go and watch any of my recent videos, that would help me so much too, because literally none of you guys have gotten notifications for them. So I don't know what's going on. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye.